Welcome back to the channel. Secrets explode, loyalties shatter, and shocking twists await in General Hospital. Don't blink, you won't want to miss what happens next. As a longtime viewer who has followed her journey through every triumph and tragedy, I feel like I know her as well as my own family. Right now, the story is taking her away from Port Charles to Europe, specifically Ireland, where she is spending time with Kevin and little Ace. But from what the summer spoilers suggest, she will return home without her husband by her side. That alone has me worried about what lies ahead for one of the show's strongest leading ladies. I remember how steady Kevin has been for Laura through so many storms. He has been her rock, her voice of reason, and the man who helped her heal after years of chaos. So when I hear that this trip might mark the end of their marriage, or worse, something far more permanent, it hits me hard. Is the distance simply too much for them to bear after everything they have built together? I have seen couples on this show drift apart before, but Kevin and Laura always felt different. They had that mature, deep love that so many of us older fans appreciate. Yet the rumors point to real trouble, and I cannot help but wonder if the writers are preparing us for a major shift. One thing that makes this feel believable is the real-life scheduling conflict. Kevin's portrayer has commitments to another project filming in Atlanta, while General Hospital continues in Hollywood. The schedules overlap too much for him to bounce between both. We have seen this kind of thing before with other actors who juggled roles successfully when the timing allowed, like with Wally on his other show. But here, the logistics just do not line up. I think the producers are handling it gracefully by weaving it into the story rather than having Kevin simply disappear. Still, it leaves me with a heavy heart because I have grown so fond of their relationship over the years. What adds even more heat to the situation is the danger Laura seems to be bringing back with her. While she is away in Ireland with Kevin and Ace, an old enemy tied to Lucky's past is stirring. Those of us who have watched for decades remember Lucky's undercover days and the Irish mafia connections, especially that whole ordeal with the man he pretended to be. Now it looks like one of those ghosts from that time is coming after Laura. The timing could not be more intense. Just as she returns to Port Charles, this threat follows her home. I keep asking myself, will Kevin sacrifice himself to protect Laura and Ace? The signs point in that direction. And if it happens, it would be a heroic but devastating exit. I have mixed feelings about this possibility. On one hand, it would give Kevin a powerful, meaningful farewell that honors his character's dignity. On the other, I would miss seeing him support Laura through her mayoral duties and family struggles. Laura has already survived so much loss in her life. Watching her become a widow again would be truly heartbreaking for longtime fans like me. Yet I understand why the story might be heading there. It raises the stakes and connects back to Lucky's history in a way that feels organic. The writers are smart to link these threads. It reminds us that the past in Port Charles never truly stays buried. While Laura is dealing with this European trip and its consequences, her family life is also under strain. Her grandchildren, Rocco and Charlotte, are not happy with some of the choices their parents have made. I can picture Laura stepping in as the voice of reason, trying to mend those rifts just as she faces new dangers herself. That is classic Laura. She has always put family first, even when her own heart is breaking. I admire that about her, and it makes me root for her even more during this turbulent period. The introduction of this old enemy from Lucky's past feels fresh and dangerous. After Jen Sidwell was taken down, we needed a new threat to keep the tension alive, and this one fits perfectly. It ties Ireland, Lucky, and Laura together in ways we have not seen before. I wonder how Lucky will react when he learns his history is putting his mother at risk again. Will he blame himself? Will he rush in to protect her? These questions keep me coming back to the show every day. The beauty of General Hospital is how it balances personal drama with larger-than-life danger, and this storyline delivers both. I have to admit, part of me hopes Kevin survives and finds a way to stay in Laura's life, even if it is from a distance. Their love story has been one of the more stable ones in recent years, and we need that kind of anchor on the canvas. But if the time has truly come for him to exit, I trust the writers to handle it with care and respect. They have done it before with beloved characters, giving them send-offs that feel earned rather than abrupt. Laura is resilient. She has rebuilt her life many times, and she will do it again. Still, seeing her go through another loss will test her strength in new ways. What excites me most is how this sets up bigger ripples across Port Charles. Laura's absence and return will shake up the hospital, the mayor's office, and her family's dynamics. The grandchildren will need her guidance, and old friends will rally around her. I love when the show lets its veteran characters drive the action, instead of always handing everything to the younger generation. It makes the story feel richer and more connected to its history. We longtime viewers have invested decades in these relationships, so it means everything when the current plots honor that legacy. Another aspect I appreciate is how the spoilers keep us guessing without giving everything away. We know Laura's trip to Ireland will cause major trouble for her marriage and bring danger back to town, but the exact details remain a mystery. That uncertainty creates such anticipation. Will the enemy strike quickly, or will it build slowly with psychological tension? I lean toward the latter because the show does slow burn suspense so well. Either way, I will be glued to my screen waiting to see how Laura faces this latest threat. As someone who has watched through countless eras of General Hospital, I believe this storyline has the potential to be one of the more memorable ones in recent memory. It combines romance, family drama, and mob intrigue in a way that feels true to the show's DNA. Kevin's possible heroic death protecting Laura and Ace would be a gut punch, but it would also highlight the deep love he has for them. Laura would emerge stronger, though scarred, and ready to confront whatever comes next in Port Charles. I keep thinking about how Laura has spent so much of her life running toward danger to protect others. Now danger is following her home. It is both tragic and compelling. I have no doubt she will navigate it with the grace and determination we have come to expect. For us older fans who have seen her grow from a young adventurer into a respected leader and grandmother, this chapter feels particularly poignant. It reminds us that even the strongest characters face moments that test everything they hold dear. The family reconciliation angle adds warmth to the danger. Laura working to bring Rocco and Charlotte closer to their parents shows her caring heart. In a show full of explosions and schemes, these quiet moments of healing matter so much. They ground the story and give us hope amid the chaos. I truly believe the writers understand what longtime viewers crave: a balance of high-stakes action and genuine emotional payoff. Overall, I am both nervous and thrilled about what is coming. If Kevin does leave the canvas, it will create a void, but it will also open new doors for Laura. Her resilience has always inspired me, and I have faith she will find her way through this storm just as she has before. The old enemy from Lucky's past adds an unpredictable element that keeps everything feeling urgent and alive. Port Charles is never dull, but right now it feels especially charged with possibility and peril. The real heart of this storyline seems to be Laura's growing crisis. While she is away with Kevin and Ace, threats connected to Lucky's Irish connections are closing in. I believe this could lead to Kevin making the ultimate sacrifice to protect his wife and grandson. If Kevin dies heroically shielding them, it would be devastating, but also a powerful way to show his love. As a longtime fan, I have seen Laura endure so much loss already. Another widowhood arc would test her strength deeply. Yet it also feels true to the show's tradition of strong women rising through tragedy. Still, I hope the writers give us some tender final scenes between Laura and Kevin before any farewell. What adds even more layers is the possibility of Lucky's return. He has been gone long enough that his homecoming could resolve some of the chaos his earlier actions stirred up. Those mafia ties from his undercover days never truly vanished, and now they are threatening his mother. I wonder if Lucky will arrive in time to help Laura confront this old enemy. Will he blame himself for bringing danger to her doorstep again? Questions like these keep me eager for the next episodes. The show has always done family reunions with such emotional weight, and a mother-son reckoning between Laura and Lucky could be deeply moving. At the same time, news of Nicholas possibly returning is stirring fresh obsession and tension. Laura and Lucky learning about Nicholas coming back creates a whole new set of family complications on top of the external threats. I have always felt Nicholas carries such complicated history with both of them. His return could force Laura to confront old wounds while she is already dealing with the potential loss of Kevin. Lucky might find himself caught between protecting his mother and facing his own brother again. This blend of danger and family drama is exactly what General Hospital does best. It reminds me of the classic eras when personal stakes and larger threats wove together so seamlessly. I have mixed feelings about these developments, but that is part of why I remain so invested after all these decades. On one hand, losing Kevin would leave a void in Laura's life and in the canvas. Their mature romance has been a steady light amid the constant storms of Port Charles. On the other hand, these challenges highlight Laura's resilience. She has rebuilt her life many times, and I have faith she will do it again. Watching her navigate the crisis in Ireland, then return to face both external enemies and family rifts with Rocco and Charlotte, feels authentic to her character. The way the writers are linking Lucky's past, Nicholas's potential return, and Laura's current journey shows real care for the show's history. It is not just random danger. It grows naturally from years of storytelling. I appreciate that. For us older viewers who remember the Cassadine and Spencer family saga so vividly, these connections add richness and meaning. The obsession and threats building around Laura right now create a sense of urgency that pulls me in every day. I keep asking myself how far this will go. Will Lucky make it back in time to save his mother from the consequences of his own history? Can Laura find peace with Nicholas while mourning or worrying for Kevin? These unanswered questions make the upcoming episodes feel electric. The danger feels personal, and the family stakes feel real. That balance is what has kept General Hospital special for so long.